No, there's honestly, since the last time we talked, we dropped a lot of big news last time. So I don't have a bunch of really, really recent stuff, but I did think it was important to cover a couple things that we didn't over the last few weeks in terms of like October, end of September news. So let me just pull up some of my notes here. So one thing in particular is going to be Google Ads search competition has increased, in particular from pressures from TikTok and Perplexity, which Michael really likes to use. It's his go-to AI. Is that still the case, Michael? You still like
No,
Perplexity?
I use ChatGPT as an AI, but I have Perplexity bookmark. I find Perplexity is a bit more human and actually
Yeah. Okay.
references things. But yeah, anyway, let's
Awesome.
not go on a side
So
quest with
that's
that.
so this is what's interesting, right? So you are actually starting to see Google Ads for like the first time ever have real competition
Yeah,
in terms of the search competition, right? So I know Microsoft has always been out there. No offense, no shade being thrown on
yeah,
Microsoft, but we all know that
no
that's a
shade being
very
thrown.
specific niche, a demographic, and a very small part of the market that's using that consistently. Most of the people that have Edge browsers pre-installed in their Microsoft computers and they're just using the
Yeah,
default, you can kind of take a guess at who's usually doing that. But some people like Edge. I guess I couldn't imagine why. But regardless, there has been increased competition for Google Ads in the search market from particularly
interesting.
TikTok and Perplexity. So that is very interesting. So it's a good reminder as far as a practical takeaway. Don't forget to diversify your marketing. Don't just focus only on one channel. There's these people, your demographics are probably looking around at different places. Maybe they're spending a majority of time on one type of thing versus another. You don't want to just spend only on one particular area. You've got to be diversifying your marketing nowadays. It's a more modern strategy and usually the more intelligent strategy.
Nice.
Okay, cool. Moving on, PMAX assets, right? So we now have. I actually like this feature, Michael. Usually, I'm just kind of like, new feature. Okay, cool. Am I going to use it? Probably not. But in this case, I actually kind of like this one. It is shareable previews. So when you have an asset or something that Google automatically created, and you want to share that with the client just to get their thoughts, do we want to use this? Yay or nay? There is you can actually just share the preview very easily right from the browser. Kind of like that
Wow,
one. It's a nice little neat feature.
I haven't seen that.
Yep.
Is it rolled out with everyone?
I believe not. Usually everything starts in the U.S. market. Sorry,
Yeah,
Australians and everybody else. It's usually U.S. to be tested and then moved on. So I'm not quite sure as
yeah.
far as what markets it's on right now. But shareable previews, you can now. PMax will also automatically make certain conversions to the video, like they can shorten the videos. I have mixed feelings about that. They can flip profiles for vertical versus horizontal without you having to do that. So this is great for those businesses that have very limited resources for
Mm,
asset design. They don't know Photoshop or InDesign or any of those things. They just don't really know, and they don't have the time or the resources to pay somebody to do it. Hey, Google can now provide some of those things automatically, and you have those creation tools at your disposal.
yeah.
So something to keep in mind for people. And you can review all these things in the asset reporting section. I was curious, like, where do you find this stuff? And just if you're wondering where, it's in the asset reporting section of your Google Ads interface.
Wonderful.
Okay.
Cool.
Last two things, because we are really running out of time here. So Google Maps has had its biggest update in terms of AI, and I think they said 20 or 30 years or something like that. So essentially, now you can ask Google Maps questions, and it can provide results accordingly. Now, Michael, I'm sure you got the wheels spinning on that one in terms of local businesses, right? If you're a
Mm,
dentist or something, uh, you're going to start getting generative answers in Google Maps, right? So you're going to have what can I things to do with friends this weekend, and you're going to get results for that are like best dentist that does crowns or something like that, right? Because now you're also going to be getting review summaries from Google's AI. Now
wow.
that is really important because if you have a Google My Business profile, you definitely should. That'd be my recommendation. You're going to want to double check those reviews in there and also check what Google is spitting out for AI generated review summaries. You may or may not be happy with what you see. Maybe that's just reality, but it's very important to stay on top of these things and to make sure that you're seeing what your customers or potential customers are going to see as well.
Nice.
Okay. And then the last thing is just going to be in the Google Shopping Network. This is just the US right now. We are getting AI briefs. So this is essentially Google is giving you the most important things to know before you buy. this is where, again, feed optimization is so vital to make sure you're showing up for relevant searches. Google's essentially going to say, we recommend these products, and these products we actually don't think are a good fit based on your search. So again, Google, Michael, you can imagine that like this is so key to optimize, or else you can end up being bucketed into the not a good fit. And then all of a sudden people are just like, oh, okay, I'm not going to consider them anymore. That's a disaster. So you've got to be optimizing. It's becoming more crucial than ever.
Wonderful. Dude, I just found another article that's probably quite important on the Google Ads news front. So I don't know if you've seen this, but Google Ads Editor 2.8 is out. I think that was just released a few days ago.
Anything interesting?
Well, a few things. New features including AI-generated images, export to Google Sheets, like not CSV files, brand guidelines, image cropping, strict age and gender targeting, and a new help center and more. So looks like there's actually like a lot of new things coming out in Google 2.8. AI-generated images, export to Google Sheets, resizable image aeroplane, pane, brand guidelines, image cropping, additional video enhancements, third-party measurement in Performance Max and Demand Gen, video enhancements for Demand Gen, allow final URL suffix in ACE campaigns. AC, what the hell that is? Oh, app campaigns.
Yeah.
App campaigns for engagement. Inventory controls for VVC campaigns, which VVC is cost per view bidding tag campaigns. Anyway, that's interesting. I always like when Google Ads Editor has an update because I just feel like it's always behind what the interface is doing, but the editor is just like God mode when you're like,
it's the more robust option. Yeah.
You know, when you used to play like, did you ever play like Doom or like Quake or anything like that?
Of course.
And you put like no clip in and then you can like walk through the walls and stuff. I feel like that's what this is. It's just like you just get into this like no clip mode and you're just constantly able just to do everything in like 5 minutes that would take you like 50 minutes in the ad account as well.
Yeah, exactly. That is Google Ads Editor. Absolutely. It's a way faster way of doing bulk changes and things like that. Actually, there was one really quick thing I want to mention, though it's not a quick thing, but I'm going to try to do it very quickly. So essentially, where are my notes on this? So essentially, sorry guys, I couldn't find my notes on this. I was going to maybe do it this week or the next one, but essentially we're going to have access. This is Google Ads Manager accounts, right? So MCCs, as we like to call them in the agency world. So if you have an agency level Google Ads account, you're going to now get access, if you pay for it, to curated inventory packages. This is pretty interesting. So essentially you're going to be able to pay, agencies can then connect with partners, how they put it, like connect with partners to explore and utilize, what was it? I think it was like pre-selected groups of ad spaces. Okay, so essentially in a nutshell, layman's terms, you're going to be able to buy curated display placements. That's how I'm understanding it so far, that are tailored to your specific needs. It's going to be pretty interesting to see what that leads to for most agencies, especially those with limited data. Yeah.
Interesting stuff, Corey. Okay,
yes,
mate.
sir.
Well, looking at the time, I reckon it's time for us to wrap up this circus because it's been a wild ride today.
Yes.
Corey, how can people find you, mate?
Yeah, adsbycory.com. Check me out there and message me if you're interested in working together, consulting, management, etc. Also on LinkedIn on a fairly regular basis, though I got to get better at that. So LinkedIn, you can find me there. Twitter every once in a while, YouTube every once in a while, and of course the PPC Unfiltered podcast on YouTube and Spotify. Michael?
Wonderful, mate. You can find me at Michael Nadalon on LinkedIn, the PPC Unfiltered podcast, marketlead.com.au, and Marketlead on YouTube as well. So thank you. Well, guys, hope you enjoyed today's episode. It was a bit more of a, different one because we're talking more deeper about the data analytics and all those types of things. But this is the important stuff, especially as the AI world's happening and the world is progressing. So we hope you enjoyed it, and we'll catch you soon.
And don't forget to vote on ppcsurvey.com. All right, thanks, guys.
Bye.